The next Gatorade Cup Series race on the schedule heads to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the Brickyard, for one of our crown jewel races of the season. This is the season number 12 Brickyard 400. On the pole for today's special race, the 88 of Nick Lopez, and beside him in second, the 29 of Keyshawn Richardson. Then in third place, last season's champion Eli Bright. Fourth is Levi Shones, and ranking out the top five, Evan Hunter in the 43 car. Starting in sixth, it is Scott Upton. Seventh place, we have Jeff Bright. Eighth, it is TJ Henley, won the 500 earlier this season. In ninth, we have Roman Fenway, and Max Ross in the 83 rounds out the top 10. Back behind them, Tanner Griffin Lynn comes in as the point surge, who's outside the one of Max Anderson. Then we have Sebastian Kukulan and Luke Rainey in the 2 car. Then there's Keegan Thompson and Tommy Fletcher Jr., along with second in points Landon Lyons and Carter Freese in the 6, 1 year back in season number 10. Then there's Ronan Curtis 77 and 16 Zachary DeLello, with Colin Teague the 00 and the 44 of Georgia Satomu. Then we have Marshall Burrell and Jade Jefferson the 78, with Derek Campbell the 12 and the 28 of Riley Spurley-Tube. Trey Rainey and Jonathan Buford on the next row, along with Riley Sampson and William Seaman the 45. Then there's Jake Galloway and Anthony Fox, along with Nonigan Scott and Michael Gregory the 9. Then we have Colton Yo and Bibi Ruiz, Jay Randall 22, 96 Conrad Evans. Then we have Jose Mills and Anthony Hernandez, and rounding out the field, Anson Charbonneau 26 and 42, Code Luigi. There's our starting lineup for racing in the second crown jewel race of the season on Brickyard 400. Let's go on track and fire these cars up.
Drivers, start your engines.
One of the 4 biggest races of the season, and 42 cars are fired up to get going here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the running of the Brickyard 400. Our second crown jewel race of the season. The first one, the Daytona 500, won by TJ Henley, who starts in the 8th position here today. 3 of the 400 cars start inside the top 7, with Yepez on pole, Eli Bright in 3rd, and Jeff Bright in 7th. Starting in 4th, Levi Shones, 1 year back in season number 9, the closest Brickyard 400 finish in history. Joke is Racing, 1 year last season with Nathan Green, and car number 20, Steve Keegan Thompson, the 20, can have that same fate here today. We've seen many big crashes here in the past at the Brickyard. What is today going to have in store for our 12th rendition of the Brickyard 400 in the Gatorade Cup Series? Pace car is in. 24 laps, Yepez, Richardson on the front row for the start of the season 12 Brickyard 400. The green flag waves. We're racing at the Brickyard. Eli Bright going to want that first lap led for 5 bonus points. Getting the push from Evan Hunter inside teammate Yepez off into the 3rd corner. Right here, this is where 3 wide can really hurt people. If you get 3 wide off of turn number 3, sometimes you get collisions and contact, which cause the crash. They make it through clean this time, off of turn number 4 for the first time. It's Eli Bright, Evan Hunter side by side. Who gets the first lap led for 5 bonus points? Eli getting the push from teammate up top. Down low, Hunter with Jeff Bright. Eli Bright leads the first lap of the Brickyard 400. The Hunter quickly chooses inside bind in turn number 1. And these long straightaways, fast speeds here at Indy over 200 miles an hour. Jeff Bright for the lead on Hunter now as they come off turn number 2. Just behind Jeff looks like the 17 Roman Fenway moves into the picture. Down the backstretch they race. And 3rd on the inside. Points there, Griffin Lynn moving forward up to 4th. Has Luke Rain the 2 behind. Now Fenway on Jeff Bright. Jeff's going to get back down line to try and slam that door shut. Fenway, though, gets a better 3, and now through 4, trying to get inside the 5. I believe he is down there. Roman Fenway, Jeff Bright, side by side off turn number 4, who leads the 2nd lap on the Brickyard 400. Jeff trying to keep the Hendrick streak alive. He's going to do it. He'll lead the 2nd lap here at Indy. So far, only Hendrick has led today, and it's both been Bright. Eli led the 1st lap. Jeff led the 2nd. Fenway, though, clears off turn 1. Here comes points there. Griffin then looking for those 5 bonus points to extend his points lead inside of Fenway as they come off turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. So now Lynn getting the push from Luke Rainey back behind to meet Fletcher Jr. and Ronan Curtis also coming to the front. Lynn to clear. Now does Luke Rainey move to the inside turn number 3? He does. Luke Rainey wants to keep that 10 from leading those laps so he doesn't get bonus points towards the championship points lead. It'll be Luke Rainey out front through 4. Tommy Fletcher Jr. follows through as well, so it's going to be Rainey to the front. His fellow Dodge competitors with them. as Rainey's going to lead the third lap, but dodges on the inside of Fletcher Jr. and Luke's teammate Ronan Curtis moving forward. Here comes Satomu and Max Anderson also on the inside. Into turn 1, they'll look 3 wide. Tommy Fletcher Jr. going to clear Luke Rainey to sort that 3 wide back down to double file. And trying to clear Ronan Curtis, but can't. The 77 fight hard to the inside. That time, Fletcher able to clear and move down to try and protect off the 44 Satomu. Now side by side for a second. 44 getting the push from the 1 behind the 41. Here comes the car number that won here last season, the team that won here last season. Keegan Thompson. Last season, Nathan Green drove the 20 to victory lane. Can Thompson do the same this season? It'll be Tommy Fletcher Jr. leading off turn number 4, getting the drafting up to Satomu, who might be able to clear Max Anderson if he gets enough of a run from the 41. I just don't think it's going to be enough. Anderson does keep his nose down there, entering turn number 1. Coming back on the inside, Riley Sproul to 28. Here comes Keegan Thompson. Going with that 28 as Anderson clears for a second, trying to pull away. Sprotu trying to get to third. Thompson now fourth. And his teammate Trey Rain just behind him, and behind Trey, his brother Luke coming into the picture, coming back on the inside. So Luke Rain led the third lap, fell back on the outside, but now back on the inside, moving back forward. For the race lead, Max Anderson there on Fletcher, and maybe some contact made the 41 with the racetrack. Max Anderson with help from Riley Sprotu can move to the front of the field here in Indianapolis. But now Sprotu looks to the bottom lane off turn number 4. Heads up from Thompson. Here comes Keegan Thompson, pushing that 28 to the inside. The 1 Anderson will lead lap number 5 on the Brickyard 400. Sprotu is down there entering turn 1 though. And Keegan will go low with them. Keegan now looking 3 wide. He got a better angle into the corner, but couldn't make the move work. Just not enough for him to make that work quite yet. If it was maybe lap 20, you would do that. Now can Luke push Keegan by Riley as they come down the back straightaway. Keegan backing off of the 28, trying to get a push from the 2. That's going to allow Anthony Fox with a run the 38, but Fox stays in line. Here comes the other Hendrick car. Noggin Scott, haven't talked about him all day. He starts towards the back for Hendrick Motorsports, now moving up to the front. Lap number 6. He's already at the front of the field for Scott. It didn't take long for him to get to the front of the field. He's up to 4th, 6 laps down. He'll be Riley Sprotu to lead the 6th lap here in Indianapolis. Keegan Thompson in line in second. Anthony Fox and Noggin Scott also in line. Look at the coordination there. Fox and Thompson pull out at the same time to make that move on Riley Sprotu. Great coordination there of those two. But Anthony Fox, he wants the lead out of Thompson. Looking inside through 2. That is a great move by Anthony Fox to get to the inside of Keegan Thompson there. Took that move just a little bit lower and it made it stick. Jeff Bright the 5 coming back on the inside. Carter Friesen 6. 77 Curtis. Bright up in line. Now Friesen inside. 1 year back in season 10 under the yellow flag after a massive crash happened in this area of the racetrack. A big one. Back behind him coming to the white flag. Ended the race short, but for Friesen, it got him to victory lane. Does he do the same this season under the green flag? Carter Friesen inside of Anthony Fox. Drag racing him back to the stripe. Anthony leads lap number 7. Carter Friesen will get back by in turn 1. And how about Noggin Scott back up inside the top 5? Got shuffled high now, back on the inside, moving back forward. Looking for 4th now. Ronan Curtis to the race lead here in Indy. Scott back up to 4th. Behind him, Conrad Evans. And the 00, Colin Teague, moving into the picture. Riley Sampson wants to lead from Ronan Curtis. He gets to the inside of the 77. Sampson Curtis side by side. Scott just behind the 31. Up top with the 77. It's the 6 of Carter Friesen. As they race down the front straightaway. Caution free so far here in the Brickyard 400, but some great racing at the front of the field and all throughout this pack. As Riley Sampson currently leads the way in the Gatorade Cup Series Brickyard 400. Noggin Scott up to 2nd. Now looking low off turn number 1. Oh, look at that move he's trying to make. And he does get down from Evans to get to the inside of the 31. They'll be side by side down the back straightaway. Scott with the help on the inside. No help for the third one at all. And Noggin Scott will clear easily halfway down the back stretch. Conrad Evans will move to 2nd off of that. Colin Teague pushing him forward. That's 2 Toyota Camrys working. And how about 3 Toyota Camrys on the inside? 96 00 44. So Toman looking on Teague for 3rd. We'll get there. Conrad Evans looking on Scott, who's going to come off the corner and lead the 9th lap. It'll be Noggin Scott to lead here. So he'll get 5 bonus points. For 3rd, they're side by side behind them. Jose Mills, the 15. The 88, Yepez, our poser, coming back to the front. Here comes Scott Upton. Marshall Burrow. Luke Rennie coming back forward. The 16. DeLello up into the picture as well. Right now, where you are right now means nothing. I mean, we still have over half the race to go. 14 laps left at the start-finish line. This pack will at some point get spread out, and maybe somehow further in the back they might get bunched together and go 3 wide and cause an accident. So we could have the shuffle end, we could have the shuffle get reset I mean, a lot could happen. We still have 14 laps to go. This thing is far from over. A lot of shakeup yet to be determined as Nanga Scott's coming off the corner to lead his second straight lap here in the Brickyard 400. So for Scott, it's been a great day so far. He'll lead that lap, lap number 10. As the front of the field, the front 5 or 6 have gotten spread out. Behind them, they're still double file, basically many rows deep. Right now, cars trying to get down line. The tires maybe starting to wear a little. That might be 3 wide off turn number 2 right there. Aronson going to back out to give the 77 rim. Smart move there. For second position, so Tomu is inside of Evans. Help from Scott Upton and Luke Rainey. So it's going to be Sotoma's second position now. Here comes Upton looking low. Scott Upton trying to get there in the 44. But the 44 will clear the 19. It'll be Scott to still lead here at the Brickyard. Luke Rainey to 4th. Teammate Ronan Curtis up to 5th. Max Anderson moving forward with help from Keyshawn Richardson. Keyshawn started in the second position on the front row, outside lane, but didn't make it work. Fell back, but now back to the front and looking 3 wide through 2. Now that's close with Anderson. Luke Rainey. Is Luke going to back out? Oh! Maybe some beating and banging. Rainey backs out of that to give Anderson room. They sort back down to double file. Great job by those drivers keeping their cars straight. They were very close through turn 2. Big move out of Keyshawn Richardson right there, which kind of started that. Everyone did a great job holding it steady, holding it tight. For the lead, Scott Upton gaining it to the inside, looking on Nanga Scott now, down the front straightaway. No help goes with the 19, he'll get back in line for Sotomu and Keyshawn Richardson. Those 4 have gotten away. Now here comes Sotomu back for a second on Upton into turn 1. And that balance help Max Aronson catch up. He has a nice run coming on to that back of that draft. Here comes DeLello. How about Jay Brandon? I've talked about him all day long. He's up, moving forward. Behind him, TJ Hanley, Daytona 500 champion this season. Looking for a Brickyard 400 trophy. He's moving, pushing that 22. Looking to try and sweep the Crown Jewel races this season. If he could get it done here today, he would have 2 left. The Pepsi 600 and the Southern 500 at Darlington. 11 laps to go. 3 cars are broken away for double file behind. It is Nonigan, Scott, Sotomu, and Max Anderson, the front 3. Scott has held the lead for about 5 straight laps at this point. Can someone get up there and challenge? Will be a fellow Chevy driver, Max Anderson, moving up in the running order. And the 1 car. Oh, around they're going to go. Big crash, and the car is upside down. That's Derek Hamill, it looks like. A massive one. Hamill, hard to the wall. Riley Sperlington, Colin T, Curtis, Fenway, Burrow, Yepez. We get a caution with 10 laps to go here in the Brickyard 400. A massive crash for what looked to be Derek Hamill, who looked like he went into the wall hard and it flipped his car over. Nonigan Scott's going to lead the field back around with 10 to go. But a massive crash in an area of the racetrack where we don't usually expect to see these types of crashes. Normally it happens in turns 3 and 4, but this time it happened down through the middle of turns 1 and 2 in the short chute. And massive damage. Look at the cars driving away. Pole sitter Yepez, Marshall Burrell, Colin Teague, Roman Fenway, Curtis, and they're the ones that were able to drive away. Some are even worse on pit road like Sperlington, but especially Derek Hamill. A massive crash with 10 laps to go in the season number 12 Brickyard 400. Let's see what happened. 3 wide, normally a breaking point here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and that's exactly what happens. Jay Randall up the racetrack in the 22, getting passed by TJ Hanley. Coming to his inside, Derek Hamill slides up the racetrack as well, gets into the side of the 22, trying to get away from, gets down into the 17, Roman Fenway, and right here, Hamill's going to take a hard impact in the inside along the wall, along with Fenway, and then this car gets projected in the air from the 07, flips up and over hard into the wall numerous times, cars wedged underneath them. The caution flag is called, and a scary crash, especially for Hamill and Fenway, who took very vicious impacts into the inside wall in the short chute of turns 1 and 2. Hamill takes a nasty, nasty flip in that one. What a terrible crash. Another look. You won't be able to really see the inside wall hit, but you'll see more of what happens as they come up the track. See, Riley had it missed, and it looks like he got hit from behind and then got wedged under the 12 car. A terrible accident here in the Brickyard 400. We are accustomed to seeing these at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and it happens once again. And for Nonigan Scott, he's been out front for about 5-6 straight laps, and now he's going to have to restart to deal with Max Anderson behind him. We'll see if Scott can hold on to try and win his first ever Gatorade Cup Series race. A handful of cars done here today as we're coming back green with 8 laps to go in the Brickyard 400. Colin Teague, Marshall Burrow, Riley Spurley, Tara Campbell, along with Diego Yepez and Roman Fenway are out for the crash. 36 left running. Ronan Kurt's the only damaged car left out there, the 77. Looks like they've done a pretty decent job preparing something down. She's back in the 36th position. So 36 cars still running. Scott Anderson, Upton, Richardson, and Sotomo the front 5. They have DeLello, Fox, Luke Rainey, Hanley, and Evans the top 10. We're back green here in Indianapolis for a second. Upton looked, but didn't have the legs to make it work in turn 1. We'll see what happens in turn 2 here. Nong and Scott has a miracle of Max Anderson. Double foul behind them. Curtis starting to lose traffic a little bit, but I think he'll be clean. We won't catch him as a lap car. I don't think he's slow enough. I think he's done a pretty decent job at, or the crew's done a pretty decent job at repairing the damage to keep him at least up to a decent and respectable speed. In turn 3 for the lead, Max Anderson looking on Scott, but can't make it work. I think that one is just a little bit faster on this restart. See if the 48 gets going here. That one's making a move, but doesn't have the help to make it work. I think he'll have to, well, he can't get back in line, but he'll have to stay down there. Scott's going to stay clear with 7 to go. Anderson now shuffles Upton up high, and now Scott's going to lose 3rd to Sotomu. Here comes Anthony Fox as well. TJ Hanley breaking inside the top 5 for the first time today. Up to 5th for the 21. Sotomu for 2nd, but Max tries to slam the door shut. Sotomu trying to keep it down there. Has help from Hanley and Evans. Now Conrad moves high. Here comes Jay Randall, 22 down low. Evan Hunter with him, the 43. And some of these drivers we haven't talked about all race long starting to move forward at the right time. Coming around to 6 to go this time by. Hanley on the back of Sotomu looking for a way around to get to Nonigan Scott. The 48's pulled back away with a decent sized gap. Sotomu can't make it from turn 4 and bottles up traffic behind him, and Nonigan Scott's pulled away because of it. 6 laps to go here in the Brickyard 400. These drivers have to settle out this battle for a second soon, or else that 48 will just continue to lead and pull away. Looking 3 wide for TJ Hanley. Max Harrison backed out of it. TJ's had enough. He wants to go. He'll move to 2nd. Our Daytona 500 champion. Looking for a Brickyard 400 win the same season. Trying to get the draft off that 48 and stay clear as well. He's about 2 miles an hour faster than the 48 at the end of the backstretch. They're side by side for 3rd behind him, which is really helping TJ get away. Hunter looking for 3rd. Jay Randall coming back forward. In the 22, Luke Randy behind him as well. 5 laps to go this time by. Hanley is there and Scott. They get side by side. How does 3rd on back gain? 5 laps to go in the Brickyard 400 at Indianapolis. There goes Hanley for the lead in turn 1. He's there. And then them being side by side, they're going to slow each other down. 3rd on back to give a massive run in the draft. Watch Evan Hunter right here with the run to the inside of the 48. Can he get by the 48? And have a shot at the 21. Oh, around they go! Freeze and others in front of the field. They'll collect them. We're going to have a late race restart coming around to 4 to go. Think it'll be 2 to go. DeLello's in the air, racing back around. Hunter wants the race lead. Another big crash here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, but it's going to be Evan Hunter and TJ Hanley back around. Luke Rainey as well trying to get back. And I think we're going to restart 2 to go with 4 to go right. The yellow flag's out. Rainey's going to get back in 2nd. It'll be Hunter in front. Rainey 2nd. Hanley going to be 4th because Scott just edged 3rd right there. The front 8 got away. Others got through, like Eli Bright and others. They'll be 9th on back to about 17th or so. Then not many got through behind about the front 20. So another big crash brings a halt to the action with short cautions. We're going to have another restart. It's going to be with under 2 to go. It's going to be with 2 to go. Here in the Brickyard 400, caution flag is out. Carter Friesen looked like he was the first to get tipped around. Maybe another 3-wide move gone wrong off turn 2 here at Indy. These crashes have just happened in interesting places here today. Watch the one of Max Anderson just behind the 44 Sotomo on the top side right there. He's going to make a move to the middle lane into turn 2 right there. Turn down, trying to get in front of the 6, but then can't. So now they're 3 wide, beating and banging. Sotomo doesn't know it. I don't think Aspire is able to communicate in time. They almost had it saved until right there. They get hooked together, freezing hard to the wall. That car almost goes over. Scott Upton gets collected with the 1, the 5, the 44. Look at Eli Bright get on the brakes and get by on the high side. Jose Mills bottom to top to get through. DeLello then going to get hit by Trey Rainey. Cars in the grass. There's the 16 with the 18. Sotomo actually goes upside down in the 44. Jake Gowie, the 11, also involved. As cars are trying to get going, but my goodness, what a crash here at the Brickyard. We're talking about massive crashes happening here, and just saw it. Friesen, luckily that car came back down to earth. How's Satomu flip? See, Landon Lyons got underneath them. We didn't see that 66, but yes, Landon Lyons was there on the 44. Satomu drives away, but it was second to points Landon Lyons that got propped underneath the 44, which caused him to flip. Another look. And you don't really see Lyons from the other angle, but right there you can see him clear as day. And that was kind of weird how that car got underneath the 44. You normally wouldn't expect that to happen, but it happened. But Satomu drives away. Caution flag is out, under 5 to go. But with short cautions here at this racetrack, such a big track, we will have a late race restart. It'll be Evan Hunter, Luke Rennie, knocking Scott TJ Hanley the front four. Who's going to win in Indy? Can Evan Hunter hold on? Can someone else make a late race pass for the win? We're coming back green in the Brickyard 400 this time by. One final restart to determine the winner of the Brickyard 400 in the Season 12 Gatorade Cup Series. One more retiree, Giorgio Satomu. We might have 35 cars finish this race running. So who's going to get to victory lane? I believe we're going to be inside the front 7 or so, maybe even inside the front 5 to have a shot. Evan Hunter leads, looking for a Brickyard 400 trophy. Luke Rennie, close in second. Not against Scott, the dominator today, back up to third. Hanley, who wants one badly, in fourth. In fifth place, Riley Sampson. They have Fox, Rando, Evans, Eli Bright, Keyshawn Richardson. Who gets the trophy? Green flag back in the air, and a great restart for Evan Hunter. He gets away on the jump. That was a great restart for Hunter. Got through the gears well, got away like he needed to. We'll see now if they can get 4 behind, if that draft can pull them back to that 43. Carter Friesen very slow. For a second, Scott forces Luke Rennie aside. Here comes the Dominator back to the front. Scott looking on Hunter into turn number 3. He is down there in the 43. What a great run. Just showing the strength of that 48 here today. Comes to the white flag. Now Hanley, he's going to force the issue right here. 3 wide. You got it at this point in the race. Riley Sampson on the inside also with the 21, but Scott pulls away off 4 white flag this time. The only car to pass the 48 from the lead was this 21. Can Hanley do it again? One more time around Indianapolis, 2.5 miles to go. Scott pulls away. Hanley trying to get there in the draft. Scott has been dominant. He got out front for a majority of the laps, hasn't looked back. Then Hanley passed him. And then the yellow came out. Now he has a second shot, but TJ is closing in with the draft. Back straightaway for the final time. He'll be moved through turns 3 and 4. Can Hanley get close enough to make a move? We'll see what happens down here. Turn 3. Scott a little wide. Hanley a little lower. TJ trying to get the run now into turn 4. Nonigan trying to stay low to keep that 21 at bay. Off turn 4 for the final time. Hanley's going to break low at the last second. Does he have the run to make it work? Back around to the checkered flag. It's going to be Nonigan Scott to win the Brickyard 400 in Indianapolis. The 48 does it. He wins the Brickyard 400 in dominating fashion. What a great race car Hendrick Motorsports put out there for him today. As 300 cars started inside the top 7, the 48 was not one of them. He started back in the 30s, but he still gets the trophy here at Indianapolis. He was the best Hendrick car in race trim. Let's go see the finish results in the point standings after a crazy race here at Indianapolis. Here's how they finished in the Brickyard 400 at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. 2 caution flags for 4 laps here today, and 10 lead changes, 10 drivers out front today at Indianapolis. And reigning supreme, Nonigan Scott started 33rd in this race, the lowest out of the Hendrick cars, but he leads 13 of the 24 laps en route to victory. TJ Hanley actually never led a lap today, even though he was out front for about half a lap, and was the only driver to pass the 48 from the race lead. Hanley ends up in second, so close to getting another Crown Jewel race victory. But he does move back into the points lead with another top 5 result. Riley Sampson a good day in third. He really needed that. Anthony Fox in fourth, and Eli Bright continuing a string of good finishes with a top 5. Colton Yo, Conrad Evans both started outside the top 30. They get 6th and 7th. Max Rossi 8th, Evan Hunter 9th, and Luke Rennie the 2 rounds up the top 10 for Hunter. Heartbreak for him as he led on the restart, but that 48 just so strong down the back straightaway, had that power underneath him to make those moves. Baby Ruiz comes up to get 11th at the end. Tommy Fletcher Jr., Anson and Charles Blanc, Jay Rando, and Keyshawn Richardson the top 15. Schoen, Seaman, Thompson, Kukulan, and Michael Gregory round out the top 20. They have Mills, Luigi, Hernandez, Buford, DeLello, Upton, Jefferson, Galloway, Lynn, and Lyons. So Landon Lyons going to drop down points after a bad day. Same with Griffin Lynn. They finished down 29th and 30th. They have Jeff Bright, Max Anderson, Ronan Curtis, Trey Rennie, Carter Friesen. Then you have Satomu, Fenway, Yepes from pole, Hamill, Spurley, Tube, Marshall Brown, Colin Teague. those drivers out of the race due to crash damage. Let's now go see the point standings after 8 races in the Gatorade Cup Series season. 8 races, 8 winners here in the Gatorade Cup Series Season 12. Here are the point standings, and the only winner inside the top 10 in points is currently your points leader, TJ Hanley, notching his 4th top 5, his 5th top 10 of the season, moves back into the points control. 43 points up on Griffin Lynn, who falls to 2nd. Sebastian Kukulon now 3rd. Luke Rainey gets his 5th top 10, matching TJ Henley's total. Doesn't have a top 5 yet, though, but Luke is still 4th in points, very, very consistent so far. And Anthony Fox at 38 rounds out the top 5. Landon Lyons drops to 6th. Eli Bright is up to 7th now. Colton Yo 8th. Conrad Evans 9th. And Levi Schoens the 7th rounds out the top 10. Jonathan Buford, Keyshawn Richardson, 2 winners down 11th and 12th. The Tommy Fletcher Jr., Zachary DeLello, another winner. Jeff Bright, Michael Gregory, Max Rossi, Samson Charlebon, Jake Galloway, rounding out the top 20 in the points. Our 2 wild cards at this point in the season, Jonathan Buford 11th in points and Keyshawn Richardson 12th in points. However, a lot left to be determined in that regard, as we're definitely going to have more winners. Drivers could get multiple wins. These drivers could bump their way into the top 10, knocking non-winners out, so a lot still left to be determined at this point in the season. Only 8 races in. The chase starts race number 23, so we still have a lot of time left. 14 races until we get to the chase. A lot left to be determined in that regard. Dan Brua is up to 21st in points. No top 10s yet this season, but still very, very consistent. Has gotten him up. Keegan Thompson, Riley Spurley, Liam Satomu, Yepes, Luigi, Seaman, Fenway, Hunter, and Burrell. Winners down here, Carter Freeze and Ron Kurz and Jose Mills, 31st through 33rd. Nongan Scott, who won here today, up to 38th, but needs a lot to go his way to get into the top 20 to try and get a wild card spot. In fact, these 4 down below the top 30, our winners are either up inside the top 20 or down here below 30th. So, and no winners inside the top 10 besides points there, TJ Hanley. So, our winners very spread out in the points, and we'll see how it goes, because we have some drivers fighting up there for the wildcard spot, and then these drivers down here are going to be fighting for more wins to get up inside the top 20 and then try and get a wildcard spot. Even though they might be lower in points, if you have more wins, you still get the wildcard spot. So a very interesting race in Indianapolis, and a winner who is down 40th in points entering the day, moves up to 38th, and now with a shot and more hope to try and make it into the chase after 8 races this season. Looking forward to race number 9. It's going to be our first time going to this track in the Gatorade Cup Series, going to Hattiesburg for the Verizon 400. I will see you guys then.